We should off. What can I tell you?
I don't know. You weren't saying your spells or anything.
The spells?
Yeah, don't you have a voodoo doll of me in your house?
No, I'm just gonna go on stage and be like, and then got a fat right there.
I'm making moves that you can't even comprehend. I'm jumping off of the deep end, Guess what?
Hello, this is YEET Talks, the first episode of YEET Talks. I am here. My name is Alec. And we are here with JoJo Mama, aka
Joe Pedrosa.
Yes, it is
Nice
Joe
to meet you.
Pedrosa.
Everybody.
Everybody obviously knows him, but you don't know who the I am. But yeah, we are on the first episode of YEET.
Who are you?
Yeah, who am I? My name is Alec. I yeet every day. That's why this podcast is called YEET Talks.
What does that even mean to yeet?
Yeet.
Is that a sexual thing?
Yes.
Is that one of your kinks?
Yes.
Alec?
Yes.
Does you get off every time you
Every
yeet?
time I say yeet, there's a liquid that
you
comes
get-
out.
out of all of your out of all your holes,
Out of all my holes, every time I say yeet,
liquid comes out of your eyes, your ears, your mouth,
everything.
your asshole.
Every time I say yeet. But there's a difference. There's the small yeet.
Yeah.
And then we got the big yeet.
Yeah. What does that mean though? What's the definition of a yeet?
It's a mysterious meaning that I will one day learn, but I will not learn right now because I'm focusing on you. You are the guest. The focus is on you and this
me.
podcast of the pilot.
Yeah.
So
What am I?
what are you? Are you an
Yeah.
animal? Are you a squirrel?
I'm asking you.
Are you a
Let's see if you've done your research.
if I've done my research? Well, you, from what I can tell upon my gracious research, you are a podcaster as well, aren't you?
I do make podcasts.
What is the name of your podcast, JoJo?
It's the Joe Pedrosa podcast.
The Joe Pedrosa podcast. You should
Not
also
even
go check
saying
that.
my last name right.
Yeah.
Fucking guy.
So I'm just gonna call him JoJo, and then just to not risk anything else. Okay. Yeah. JoJo has a podcast himself. What do you talk about on your podcast, JoJo?
I talk about happiness. I talk about what it means to live a fulfilling life. You know, a truth through comedy is what I'd like to kind of put it together as.
That's
Truth through
beautiful.
comedy. Yeah.
That is beautiful. Are you happy right now?
At
At this current moment, as you sit in this chair?
I mean, it took a while to set up. You told me to come here at 2. I don't even know what time. 3:30. It's 5 o'clock now. So.
I'm still learning how to do these things, guys.
Alec had no idea how to set up any of the cameras.
Which
me,
is-
me and the other camera guy were telling him every single thing.
Which is why big shout out to Media Lab at Glendon Campus University. Big shout out to my boy Jordan, who you cannot see, but he's awesome.
Alec was like, while we were setting up, he was like whipping us like he was one of our masters. He was like, I'm the master race. That's what he said.
This is going great. Okay, anyway.
I don't know
Yes,
your
we're not
teacher's name.
racist people or anything. Anyway.
Except Alec.
Except me, of course.
Alec is racist. He's homophobic. He's
I'm
misogynist.
sexist, I'm misogynist.
He's sexist. He's actually an Andrew Tate.
I'm a Canadian Andrew Tate.
He hops on Andrew Tate's.
Yes, I do.
And,
I ride it every day. That's why I drive a Bugatti. I definitely have money like he does. I have a brother. It's called Tristan Carabel. It's actually that guy right there, but he doesn't want to hide it. Anyway,
I'm not that guy.
sure you're not.
I'm a regular human being. I
So-
like to make some jokes every now and then. That's about it, you know?
Sure you are. Let's believe in your dreams, JoJo. Follow your passion. Okay, let's go into our first topic. Let's try about you, of course. Are there any exciting projects that you're working on right now? You did have something trying to cook when we first met, but I don't know what happened to that.
What was it?
I don't remember what it was. You said you wanted to have you're trying to cook up a project to try to get us all ACTRA because you're trying to get an ACTRA project so we can all get an ACTRA credit.
I thought we can get away with murder, you know? Like make our own
That's
but
your
obviously,
podcast.
I don't even know how to do that. You know what's the rules there are to ACTRA? There's like so many little intricate details. But
what happened to that project?
well, I guess it's the thing me and Jordan are making now. We're making
yeah.
a horror comedy. Jordan's one of my friends. You know, he's into the acting world, and I'm a comic. He likes horror, so we're gonna do a horror comedy.
And I
together.
love both of those things. What can you tell us right now? Give us any sort of scoop.
We have nothing. We literally have just an idea.
You've heard it here first on YEET Talks. We have absolutely nothing.
we wanna base it around Satanism because we think that's kind of funny. I'm not very religious myself, personally.
Is Jordan religious?
I have no idea. But I believe in God, you know. I'm not a. I was, when growing up,
God.
growing up, I was like, I went to church camps and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I think that turned me off on the idea of God, because I felt like I was being shoved down. I was.
Shove
Yeah.
down. What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
The priest. What
did the priest do to you, Joe?
With the priest.
What the priest do to you, Joe?
No, but like,
Yep.
yeah, the whole. I went to 2 church camps, and both of them, I felt like religion was being shoved down my throat.
That's fair.
So I didn't want to. It turned me off on the idea of religion.
Okay.
And so that, like, we're talking about Satanism, kind of. We're not satirizing religion or anything. We just want to make some laughs and everything.
That's fair. But are you not supporting it in the thing?
I'm not
right?
supporting. No, it's satire.
In the thing, yeah, okay.
It's fucking real.
Okay, then
Yeah.
that's fine.
No, I'm actually a Satanist, Alec.
Really?
I worship Satan.
What is your daily praise of
Yeah.
Satan?
I'm like, Satan, will you put all hell into Alex's life today? I pray every day to Satan, Alec, that you'll have the worst day ever.
Is that why this all took an hour and 30 minutes to set
Yeah,
up?
I think
It's
that's
all 'cause
why.
of you.
It kind of me up. It fucked me back up. Today, I shouldn't have prayed for that today.
I blame you.
No, but yeah, I was like, okay, let me tell you about one of them.
Okay,
one
go.
of the camps.
Go.
I don't want to say the camp's name just in case.
Of
Like, they're
course.
probably still happening.
Yeah, I don't want to get taken down already.
But the first day we were at this camp, like, it was like 7 p.m. at night, and then we were all in this it was like this cabin in the woods too.
Oh, great location.
All the leaders, they come into the circle wearing robes, and they're like, "Wada and chew," and we're all like looking at each other, we're like, "What the is happening?" And then they're like, "Bobo skadit not and wada and chew," and we're like, What's going on? Like, all of us, because like we're all just like students, you know.
Oh my god.
And then they're like, "Hey fiddly iddly diddly ish kiddly oaten boaten bobo skadit not and wada and chew," and then they're like, "Oh, this is the saying that we say here." And then by the end of the weekend, everybody knew it. And you're telling me
And this is like some Christian or
it was
Catholic.
a Christian camp?
That's not that cannot be.
It was, bro. I'll tell you the name after the podcast. But see that, tell me that doesn't shake your thing with religion tonight.
There are weird people that try to take advantage of being religious, and those people are part of that, and they cannot have that title, or else
Yeah.
it embarrasses our title. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm Armenian. We accepted Christianity. We're more like Armenian Orthodox, but nevertheless, that is wrong. That should not be happening.
What, the sayings and stuff?
Because like you're turning it into like some cult thing, and everyone's just coming
Yeah.
in like a robe, putting the wrong image onto like Christianity and all of that. Which,
I mean, but don't they wear robes in the church though?
not. Was it the same robes?
No, it's like different robes.
Exactly. So that's not the same thing.
I don't know. I always just that whole thing. So maybe there's a part of me that's satirizing that. That's
Maybe.
satirizing. I'm not satirizing religion in any way. Even though I did actually have a sketch called Moral Dilemma.
Based on that.
No, it's not based on that. It is kind of like if a religious audience watched this, I'm like they would be kind of offended. You're religious. Tell me if this is offensive.
Okay, tell me.
So I performed this at Comedy Bar on stage. I perform comedy as well
Yep.
in the city. Adam and Eve
Oh, here we go. Yep.
and Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus is like kind of smug. He's like, "Hey," he's like, "Welcome back."
We're off to a great
The
start.
game's
yeah.
called Moral Dilemma, and basically he's giving Adam and Eve moral dilemmic questions
Okay.
to see if they go to the afterlife or not.
Okay.
And he's giving Eve like very easy questions, and he's giving Adam like very like questions you can't really answer. Like the trolley problem.
Remind me.
Just say you don't know it. Just say
I don't know anything.
okay.
I'm dumb, guys.
So basically, if you're going down a track and then you have the power to move, you're about to kill 5 people,
Oh, I think. Oh.
and then you have the power to move it to go to 1 person. Would
Yeah.
you move it or not?
That's hard. That's hard.
It's a
though.
moral dilemma question.
Yeah.
Would you steal? Is it okay to steal?
Steal like what? Steal like.
Is it
chains
okay
of
to
tracks?
steal? No.
No.
How about to feed your family? Is it okay to steal?
That's
Yeah,
that's moral
see, so
dilemma. Yeah.
that's the whole premise of the thing,
Yeah.
but like my sketch. Is that offensive to religion? I'm just being like,
And Jesus Christ is like,
well, Jesus Christ
He's
is
just
the
asking-
host. He's like, hey,
and he's just asking all these things to Adam and Eve.
yeah, but he's also trying to Eve in the in the sketch.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not
Okay,
that can't slide.
Okay, that's what it's okay. How about the moral dilemma questions?
Moral dilemma. I mean, it's not as bad as the evil one, but like, no, it's still because that's not what Jesus Christ is. That's what the serpent would do.
No, but that's what that. But isn't that the whole thing of like Jesus judges us? That's like
Jesus-
Judgment Day.
It's like Judgment Day, but he
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
like
that's what I was
morally.
doing.
But it's not like morally dilemming the person, kind of.
No, but
forcing
don't
that
you
way.
think just in life in general, we as human beings, we always go through moral dilemma questions.
Yeah, we do, but not by like each other or by like negative situations or something. Not like by Jesus Christ.
No, but like Jesus is the judge.
Jesus is the judge.
If
but
we're going down the religious path.
I just don't feel like Jesus Christ would do it in that specific
Yeah,
way.
obviously it's a sketch, it's comedy. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm satirizing with. Like I'm not trying to make fun of Jesus. I love Jesus. You know, I love God.
I'm gonna beat you up right now. I'm kidding.
But I just want like it's more an attack on or not attack, satirizing religion.
Oh,
You know, like
yes, I
finding
guess.
God, but like the dog. I think dogma, the set of rules to believe in God or the religious institutions, I'm not a fan of. I believe, but wholeheartedly
fair. believe
believe in God. You know what
That's
I mean?
enough. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Like, why do you need rules to believe in that?
I don't know about rules, but there should still be like what was it called?
And
the 10 golden rules or something that that
10
God put.
Commandments, bro.
Why did I forget that word? 10 commandments.
Yeah.
That God put down. Those rules should be necessary because God is still God.
Yeah,
We should
yeah,
still
I
obey
bel-
those gods.
Yeah,
those
I
rules.
think all religions kind of follow the same principles of just be a good person.
Yeah,
I think it's just teaching us like just be good to each other. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
But like the specific things, I don't know. Then it gets like tricky. You know,
If it gets
like
specific
it's a
like
sin
that-
to watch porn. You know, do you watch porn?
I have the right to remain silent. I have the right to remain silent.
What? That's a sin. Is that not a sin in the context, bro? Are we
I
not
have
talking
the
about
right to
sin?
remain silent. Anything I say the church will use against me in the court of law. The church of law.
It's
Specific
a,
like
it's
that'll
a
be
sin
used like
to,
that.
like kiss before marriage, bro.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't really know the Bible like that.
I don't know about that. But no, when they get specific like that, then when they try to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
manipulative and abusive like that, no,
Yeah,
that's not sliding. That's a sin.
Because if we go back to the origin of time,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like, how did people figure this out? Because they're just people. Like we're just like you and me. We're just people.
Yeah.
And we're kind of just theorizing this thing, you know. And then they're like, okay, so let's base a religion out of this. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Like, where's the like? Obviously, Adam and Eve. Like, but those are stories that people created.
Well, not people.
But, like,
They
where's
witness
the-
testimony essentially. The Bible is essentially all of God's disciples now being witness testimony to everything that God or Jesus did.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
what-
know. It's hard for me to.
I mean, that's what the
personally-
church taught
it's,
me.
It's hard for me to personally wrap my brain around certain things, you know. 'cause
I guess.
I think it's because I'm a comic and I like see through the veil of like. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
I'm like for example, like why do we need to be married? Like why not just love each other? Why can't we just love each other? Why do we need to bring
It's
the
like-
government involved?
Well, not the government, but it's the marriage is more like a God thing, a promise to God that you're going to
Yeah.
be trying to be sacred with the one person you love.
Can't you just do that? Can't you just be sacred with the one person you love and just like
It's like
not
putting
have
a
anything in
stamp
it?
on it.
I don't know. Maybe yeah. So I don't know. See,
Some people
these
don't like
things-
putting a stamp on it, like you may be sure, but some
Yeah, I
people like
wouldn't
that
cheat
extra
on like
stamp.
I wouldn't cheat on my future wife, you know. But like I think my word is my bond. If I say something, I'll mean it, you know.
But
like
then you're also promising to God, and that's also very sacred.
yeah, maybe yeah,
And some people, that's very sacred. Like me, that would be very sacred, but for you, it might not be very sacred.
yeah. That's what it is. I don't know. But anyways, that's the first question.
That's the first
That's
topic.
basically about God.
God topic, yeah.
Hey, I love God. So I want to make that clear. I love God.
I like how we went to any exciting projects. We went to God immediately.
Well, that's what we were talking about. Satanism. You
I
know?
guess, sure.
Satanism, religion, God.
Fine.
You know?
Fine.
Well, what brought you to God? You were just born into it?
I was born into it, but like, yeah, I was just born into it. My whole life, I was just been Orthodox, Armenian Orthodox. We accepted Christianity as a thing.
Yeah.
But no, I just never was able to fathom how it can be turning the other way. I'm not like oblivious, like, oh, human beings can definitely walk on water if we believe in so many stuff. But in some extent or most extent, I can believe there is a God, and there's definitely some spirit that has to exist. It might as well be God. It can't just be nothing or something. It definitely has to be something, and that something to me is God.
Well, I actually read this book. It's called "Everything Is."
Great
It's a book about hope, though.
That makes that interesting. Okay.
So there's the history behind religion. Okay, I'm gonna try to remember this as closely as I can.
Sure.
But there is ideologic religions. There's like traditional religions, and then there's people religions. So essentially, like back in the day, they used to just like all the disease would just kill you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because there's no cure or something.
It was just depressing as to everything and everybody because everyone was just dying.
Yeah.
So then the church started telling people, if you pray to God in the afterlife, you'll be good. You're gonna be good. So then everyone started believing in God, which created a community of people. But then now with like technological advances, when we don't have like we're healthy. We're healthy people now. I think that's why people are straying away from God. And their new God is ideological stuff. So like any type of ism, like racism,
or any physical thing like drugs to make them keep happy, more like no.
I think they go more towards like the isms. Like
True.
I don't know, give me another ism.
Racism, homophobiaism.
Yeah, homophobiaism. Like that's their God. Sexism, that's their God. The thing that they truly believe in. You know what I mean? And I think the third thing was your relationship with other people. Like that was a God. Like like celebrities as well. You know what I mean? Like specific people. But I think that's why I strayed away from religion because like
you strayed away from religion, but you didn't really stray away from God.
Yeah, like God's he's all right, you know.
You strayed away, but you kept God's
cool
number.
Dude, yeah.
Kept God's number.
Yeah. I don't want people to think I'm an anti-God, you know? I know. But yeah, what's the next question?
Next question. That took longer than I expected to be. Next question. Do you have any big challenges or successes you want to mention in acting or comedy recently, if you want to mention?
Recently, not really recently.
No comedy, no acting, nothing?
I have a sketch troupe perform on stage. The biggest comedy thing I probably did was Family Feud Canada.
Oh. I think I saw a picture of that. You want to talk more a little bit about?
You didn't even watch my show, bro.
That's a good idea. I should do that.
This guy didn't even do no research, bro. He just like asked me.
I knew
Can
of
you
it.
come in, bro?
I knew of it.
No Family Feud research.
I knew of it. I know you were on.
I'm playing, by the way, for anyone.
Yeah, we have a very big banter.
I'm
He secretly hates me more. It's okay.
Basically, Family Feud Canada, a great experience. I got 0 points. They helped me write my comedic character, which I play on stage now, which is kind of this little bit of narcissistic, a little bit of douchebag, a little bit of womanizer.
Also you.
Yeah, I'm not actually like that in person. I love women. First.
Really? I thought you liked guys.
If I say anything against that, I'm gonna come off as homophobic. So I don't wanna.
I've been canceled 1,000 times. I'm used to that by now.
So, but yeah, basically they gave me. I got a mirror on stage. I was checking myself out before I got onto the podium. Spoke to Jerry D, and then he tried to set me up with one of the girls on the other team. Beautiful set of Asian women.
Juicy.
I know. Whoa. Just said Asian women are juicy. That's on the record. That's
I mean, hey, did you not go for that?
On stage I did, yeah.
So I'm correct.
That's a crazy term to say though, Alec.
Really?
Calling a woman juicy?
You could be juicy.
How else would you describe woman, Alec? Juicy, go on, keep going.
Gobbling?
What does gobbling mean? Pause. What does that mean, Alec? Explain the meaning behind all these words.
Juiciness like hotness, but like juiciness because like a peach. You know the peach emoji. Juiciness.
And what does gobbling mean?
Like, if I had to explain it, I had to kind of physically imitate
Let's
it.
hear it. Let's see it.
Gobble, gobbling, gobbling. Anyway,
You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first.
Alec loves Alec.
I love juiciness and I love gobbleness. Okay.
But yeah, I was flirting with the other team, and then
Yeah.
we tried to set up a date. She rejected me on stage, and that's where the comedy comes from.
Oof.
Rejection.
Rejection.
Because comedy is about losers. Embrace the loser that you are.
So you're a loser,
With trying to get women, I guess, because that was
but you're not generally a
that
loser.
was the bid. No, I'm not.
Okay, so he's only
What defines a loser? It would describe a loser. What is a loser?
when he fails at doing something. When you
At
fail
what?
at what you
Something
need
what?
to
That's
do.
something. What's the thing?
When you fail to do what you need to do.
Okay. So then,
You want an example?
Yeah. Give me aspects of life, and I'll tell you. If I'm a loser.
You failed at trying to get that girl.
So yeah, I was a loser at that. So that's what made me
Yes.
funny.
You can fail at going to the gym,
I'm a winner at that.
but you're a winner at that. See
I go
that
to the
part?
gym
You're not
at
a
like
loser.
6 a.m. every morning.
You're not a loser at that.
I'm actually bulking right now. It's my winter bulk.
You winter bulk. He's doing the winter bulk.
I'm doing a bodybuilding show in May. I swear to God. So I'm gonna look fat as probably look like Alec in a couple months, and then got a fat right there. Jesus Christ, Alec, lay off the bread, bro. Jesus. Let's see that belly, Alec.
No, I'm okay.
Let's see that belly, bro.
No, I'm okay.
See that
That's the
fucking-
one part I don't think I've worked out on. That's the one part. I'm a flex here. I'm a flex here. I'm a flex here. No, my belly. I don't know about that.
But yeah, I'm bulking up right now, and I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna look in May. I'm gonna be 10 pounds lighter, but like strong, like look physically.
Are you
bigger.
gonna look like a UFC fighter?
I'm gonna try to.
I'm gonna try
Try to
to.
look like a UFC fighter.
Are you gonna actually fight anybody?
No, I'm just gonna go on stage and be like,
Like, look at that face. Look at that face right there. He's gonna make that exact face when he's on stage, and then he's gonna moan because of how great he's doing. Make a moan.
see,
That's his moan.
that's Alec wants me to moan, guys. That's
Yeet. Anyway.
that's getting a little fruity up in
It's
here.
okay.
I told Alec, I'm like, please don't put the red light. That's too intimate for you and me.
But it's juicy, isn't it?
It's I don't know, not for me personally.
But it's juicy, isn't it? It's juicy.
Got all cameras.
Is it good? Anyway, let's move on. Okay, next up
let's
on my
move to the
topic.
next
Let's move to the
question.
next question. It's a
Wait,
comedy.
but Alec, I was talking about my love life and how I failed. Can you talk about yours?
we were gonna get there. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I just did. I'm Family Feud.
That's not okay. We will get there. We will get there. We will get there.
Talk about it,
I have
man.
that. We will get there. We will get there. So, at the time of this recording, it is.
This camera's tilted. Fix that in post, Alec.
Sure, I will. Alec, editor Alec, you will handle that in post. Yeah. As of when we're recording this, Friday, November 22nd, the day after, Sebastian Maliciano is gonna be in Toronto. Do you know who that is?
No clue.
He's a comedian. In my opinion, he's one of the all-time greats.
Okay.
I think he is. He's very funny, very comedic Italian.
What's his
person.
bit?
What's his bit? He has
Yeah.
a ton of bits. Well, he's got one thing I remember, compound bow and arrow.
My buddy, being ex-military, he's ready for the end of the world, this guy. He's got a lot of weapons at the house. Got a compound bow and arrow. Now, if you don't know anything about a compound bow, the arrow travels at about 300 yards per second. You can take out a giraffe, no problem. He's got this thing in the house. I go, John, what the hell you got this in the house for? He's like, you kidding me? It's for home invasion. Home invasion? Could you imagine the poor bastard that breaks into my buddy's house? As a burglar, you can't even prepare for something like that. The burglar thinks nobody's home. He comes through a kitchen window. My buddy hears him. He gets out his bow and arrow. The burglar's in the living room. He suspects nothing. He's stealing valuables. Then, out of nowhere, do you know the mind on this? The burglar has to process, I got an arrow hanging out of my chest right now. Did I break into an Apache's home? Are there Indians here? Is this a casino?
Anyway, at the same time of that show tomorrow, you know who's also playing at the same time?
Taylor Swift.
Exactly. Great.
Yeah, she's here in town.
He's here in town. I know many people is now broke because they probably spent $30K on tickets.
On Taylor Swift tickets?
Yeah.
Cost $30,000.
I've seen that. I've seen 2K. I've seen 30K.
30K is insane. 2K, that's such a big jump from 2 to 30.
Because it's last minute. The 2K I saw was like a few weeks ago. 30K I
Oh.
saw this week.
That's crazy. Imagine spending $30,000 to see someone.
Yeah,
for
I
one
wonder
night.
who would do that. I wonder who would do that.
I don't know who you're referring to.
Definitely not me. Definitely not me.
Are you a Taylor Swift fan?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
Hell no.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
No. I'm doing that because I know a couple of people that's going to there, and I don't know how much they paid. But
Well, I honestly don't know any of Taylor Swift's songs. Do you mind reciting one of them? No, don't show me. Sing it.
no, I'm not gonna show her.
Sing it. Alex,
Okay,
sing
I
your
got it, I
goddamn
got it.
heart out.
Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. I shake it off. Shake it off. I shake it off. Shake it off. You go now.
I don't know any Taylor Swift songs. That's why
I just
asked
said
you.
that's basically the
Oh,
lyrics.
shake it off. Shake it off. Ha ha. Shake it off.
I'm conducting you.
Ha ha. Okay, what's the question, Alex?
Okay,
You just
next-
like brought up a statement.
I brought up a no. I was gonna end off with a question, but in your opinion, who is the top comedian for you? Mine
Oh.
for my thing is Sebastian Milistano. That's why I brought up Sebastian Milistano. Shout out to if you don't know who the fuck I am. But you, who's the top comedian for you?
That's very easy. Patrice O'Neill. He's dead now. He
Rip
died
to
in
him.
like 2010. Yeah, he was more famous now than in his time. Do you watch The Office?
Yes.
He's Sea Monster. He's a sea monster. Do you remember him in like season 2, season 3?
No.
Okay. He was like in the warehouse. He was one of the black guys in the warehouse.
Black Eyes in the Warehouse. No.
Okay. Did you watch Arrested Development?
No.
Okay. I honestly don't know what else.
I've
is.
seen a lot of Office clips, if that matters. That's how I kind of watch Office.
Okay, whatever. But he was probably the greatest of all time, in my opinion. He's a comic. A lot of comics knew him. Not a lot of the general public. You don't know him.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, he talked about race brilliantly. He talked about relationships. I think he like his kind of like passion on relationships kind of influenced me personally. That's like my whole main comedy bit is about like trying to pick up women, you know? And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Usually when it doesn't, that's more funny. So like
Yes.
that's what I do.
Watching
That's
you
what
flop on your face.
That's
yes.
what I talk about. But like Patrice, like he talked about how he failed in his 20s. And then in his 30s, he knew everything about women. And like the most like craziest analogies as well. Because comedy's all about like you shouldn't say that, but you just did, and that's why it's funny.
Juicy.
Like you shouldn't say it, you know? Like one of his bits was him talking about how men and women shouldn't work together in the workplace because his whole thing was like women are like a jar of honey and then we're like bears. And then we were like, there's this jar of honey in front of us, and like, but we can't say anything. But like, it's like this, or like a fresh piece of salmon dipped in honey, and it was like super specific analogies. And I'm like, how do you even think of that? Like, that's crazy. Or another thing he said with race, he was like, if you ever go sailing out to sea, bring a white baby on a keychain, because if you're black, nobody's gonna look for you. Oh and only he could say it because he's black. Yeah. You know, but like, it's so fucking funny.
But
like,
if I said that,
yeah, you'd be canceled.
I would probably die.
I have leeway. Like, I can kind of say, but like some of my shit I can't say because I'm a person of color. Like, I'm like half in, half out. You know what I mean?
He has a pass.
Yeah, I have like a slight pass, but like not a full pass. You know, but he's the greatest of all time. Like, he has a show called The Black Phillip Show. Highly recommend.
Where's
Just
it
talks
on?
about on Spotify. He talks about relationships. He talks about relationships brilliantly. That's the one thing I'm trying to That's one thing I'm trying to figure out, because like, I know to an extent, I'm not an expert at it, but I want to dedicate the next couple years of my life to try to master the art of that. Like, not in a pickup artist, like cringy kind of way, but like in a way where like truly trying to understand human connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Cause like one thing a girl texted me, and I'm like, I didn't know what to say.
You?
Yeah, I was like stumped on it for fucking hours, yo. So I was like, okay, whatever. I just won't see her again. It's fine. Then we see each other again.
Oof.
We're like hanging out the whole time. And then it was all good. And then I'm like bantering towards her. We were like bantering the whole time to each other.
That's normal. But you're a comedian.
Yeah, I'm a
so
comic.
That's fine.
She knew I was a comic.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I don't know what I would say there. I would just be silent.
Yeah, see, you can't be silent. You gotta learn the banter. You know, like, that's a skill. That's actually a skill, an acquired skill. And what I ended up saying, and I kind of regret it. I said, whoa.
Well, if you speak, the only thing you can say might be harsh.
No, I said, whoa. You texted me first. This was over text. I was like, you texted me first. It looks like someone's projecting. Like, I kind of turned it on her, saying like she's into me. Because like the only options I see from that is like, you agree, you say, yeah, you put a spell on me. See, then you're bitching up and you're agreeing with her. Which I'm not a fan of being a butt of the joke. I'm a fan of saying the joke. Yeah. There's a thing called the clown and the fool. The clown, like, you're a clown. You make fun of yourself.
Yes, I do.
The fool, sorry, not the fool, the jester. The jester makes fun of other people.
That's the jester.
So I'm more of a jester than a clown. But I don't know. Looking back in hindsight, that she was just like, she was flirting. I just didn't know how to counter that. I don't know how to counter.
You couldn't recognize it at the time.
Can you recognize that? I can't even recognize it. Like, that's such specific. That's like mean flirting.
Yeah.
I don't really have that skill of mean flirting. I want to learn it.
It's like love jabs.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to a friend, and he said he'd rather have that than just like compliments. You know, compliments. Like, I've had a girl before just like start complimenting me, and I'm like, well, there's no really place to go besides just us just complimenting each other back and forth. Yeah. Like, it's funnier if we're kind of like me and your relationship. Yeah. Like, we kind of like can throw jabs at each other.
We just machine gun each other.
But that's a better relationship than like an acquaintance who I'm like, oh, like, how's your acting thing? Oh, that's good. That's good.
That's right. Yes, your acting thing. How about you?
Oh, that's so great.
I thought your acting was great.
Yeah. See, that's kind of, I think, kind of bullshit.
And it's kind of stale.
Stale. Like, you need the banter of just being a little bit rude to each other.
It's like a flavor. You're flavoring it up.
Yeah, which I didn't understand with her, and I regret it. And I wish, I don't know. I'd like to see her again. And fix it, you know.
And if you do, how would you? If you can say, what can you say? What would you do?
I'd probably be something like, if I see her,
like, pretend I'm her.
Well, hi, Joe. I haven't seen you in a while.
You haven't seen me.
Where have you been? What are you doing? Why you want to talk? What?
You didn't put your obsession potion on me, so I wasn't really thinking.
Well, I didn't know what to tell you, man. Well, you shut off. What can I tell you?
I don't know. You weren't saying your spells or anything.
My spells?
Yeah, don't you have a voodoo doll of me in your house?
Spray think I'm a witch. It's kind of disrespectful, Joe.
But that's the banter. See, you're canceling the banter. Like, you gotta play the banter. You're not even playing your own banter.
I'm just taking a piss.
Yeah, I need to learn that skill. I want to learn that skill. I just don't know how to do it.
But you're learning.
Yeah, I am.
Good. Like
Yeah.
our last thing, remember? On my guest thing on his podcast, I was learning my thing too.
What were you learning?
But like, what was it? Learning how to properly adapt to this.
To heartbreak?
But mainly we were talking about how to properly adapt this LGBTQ world respectfully, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
If you check out that episode podcast, you'd understand. But you can go and check that out on his podcast to figure that out. But it was all for respectful stuff, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Of
You're
course.
trying to learn how to
Adapt and be respectful and
Enjoy.
understand. Enjoy. I don't know, but well,
Oh.
I'm not gay.
Sorry, I thought that's where you were.
No.
Oh, my apologies. Sorry,
Sure.
I honestly thought that's where you're going.
No, I was shouting out your episode.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Anyway,
That's what I thought you were gonna say. I'm sorry. I don't
well,
know. I
that
don't know
was
what to tell
great.
you.
Well, that was great. Okay, well, what do you
'cause we're
think,
talking
Jordan?
about it?
Quick, Jordan, do you have a thumbs up on us? Do you like what's going on?
This guy's not even paying attention.
That's fine.
Bro.
We got a thumbs up. That's good.
Yeah, let's hear your love life, Alec. You
do.
fell in love recently.
I did, but I moved on from it because
Oh.
it was kind of. If I can give like a graph chart of how things went of with the thing, it was chill, and then went up. We dated, and then for shortly we were chill, and then it dropped.
That's the hero's journey
And
right
that's-
there.
and then it
That's
dropped.
the arc.
In any case, it kind of dropped more than what we were before, but then it kind of went up.
Ooh, back up.
It kind of went back up.
Yeah.
Back to a kind of frenzy thing. I know friend zone, but anyway, it was frenzy thing.
Friends.
And then we were stale like that. Kept going. Kept going until I overthought and I overreacted.
Yeah. How'd you do that? What'd you do?
Let's just say I sent some people know this obviously, but let's just say I sent a very, very stupid communication letter. I know, letter. I live in the 18th century.
Guy sent a. He had to go and get a stamp, guys.
No, not a stamp.
That's pretty old
No,
school.
not all I did was get an envelope. I got a paper. I typed it. Yeah, I typed it up. I printed it and I shoved it in an envelope. And I'm
This
like,
guy wrote with a
and I
quill.
went to the person's post office. I'm like, can you give this to the?
He wrote with a quill, guys. A quill. He wrote by a candlelight.
My dearest Augustine.
Sure. Yeah, that stuff. I mean, it was nighttime. I don't know what a candle, but
So tell me the premise of the letter. What did you say?
I was overthinking, so I may have been a bit. I said a few things that I didn't mean to say.
Like what?
Well, I won't say what I said, but my intention was, I was trying to, it's toxic to try to make a girl choose.
Yeah.
I
always say choose the other guy. If it was between me and another guy, choose the other
no, it's
guy.
not like that.
Oh, okay. Choose what then?
It's always toxic to try to make a girl choose, but I
Choose
was
what?
I presented her with two options within the letter. I wanted to say, I don't want to just be like friend zoned level.
That's good. You should.
I wanted, and I
Yeah.
said that, but I said I kind of presented it as if I was forcing her to choose to either we cut off, or we try again
Okay.
with a something. But I was thinking I was overthinking a bit too much, and let's just say I may have worded it in a bit of a toxic phrase, which that's the part I regret. I'm like, I think there's two choices for the both of us, and for the sake of not being toxic and trying to make you choose, I'm gonna choose for you. But I was still kind of in a pushy way because I was overthinking. That's probably not how I worded it, but it was something like that. And she completely cut me off after that letter.
I mean, she made the decision. She made,
the
choice,
decision,
right?
yeah. Yeah. But it hurt back then because we had a good dynamic when we were good, and even when we were friends.
Yeah.
And even when we were friends, it wasn't like a complimenting kind of thing like what a friend zone usually is. There was the banter thing we just talked about heavily. It was a big heavily thing, some of which giving flirty flirty vibes, or at least that's the kind of vibes I was getting once in a while. But the letter I feel like pushed a few soon after. I feel like when I regretted the letter, I tried to fix it, but the damage was already done. And then I'm like, okay, this feels like I'm gonna put this emotion into the gym. And obviously, definitely.
And then it didn't work.
Oh,
The gym didn't work.
It clearly
after that?
worked. What do you mean? Look at these gains, bro. Look at that.
Let's see your belly. If it worked.
The belly, man. Anything but the belly, man.
Well, okay. The thing is, Alec, you kind of made the right. Well, okay, like flirting as friends, it's not real. Like I've gone through. It
was more like a banter thingy. It was more like a banter thing.
Yeah, but like
fun banter thing. It was more. Like
I mean, you made the right decision. You know, because like being friends with someone you love is not worth it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, at
it's
least
better to make the decision and just be like, "Hey, I'm into you." Like, and once you make the decision, it's either you say nothing and just like
take it,
but
then
and just be.
But all that emotion like building up.
Yeah, and just be hurt for like the rest of your life, which is kind of like the way to do.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I shouldn't say. I don't know. Should I say? Like,
I mean, no, you can. It's true. It was the. It would have been the.
Which is the cowardly way to do it.
Sure, we can say that word.
It's the cowardly way, and so you made the right decision. You made the choice. Hey, I'm into you. Let's try it, or don't talk to me, which is fine.
Yeah.
They might not see it like that. They won't see it like that because they see you as a friend. They're like, whoa, weren't you my friend?
Well,
you know,
after the letter, when I spoke to them kind of about it later on, they saw the choice stuff, the kind of toxic. That's probably how the way I worded it.
I don't think it's toxic. Maybe it's the way you worded it.
Maybe the way I worded it. Maybe I just don't remember exactly what I said now because it was like kind of like a month ago. But with some of the people I spoke about it afterwards, they're telling me, well, you made the right decision trying to put, like what you said, you made the right decision trying to put out what you felt instead of taking the way out and trying to like hide it and let it hide inside of you.
Yeah, you came out.
Yes, I came out of the closet. Well, here, look. When we broke up officially, that letter thing was just a proposal to try to start up again. But when we broke up...
Why did you even want to start it up again?
Because at that week, when I felt like writing the letter... Up until that week, I felt writing the letter. I felt like I was chill. I was chill with the thing of like... Okay, now this is the funny bit. I was telling my friend, my best friend about this. So I was like, for a week or so before that, that's when I started to having these feelings again. Like, oh, okay, hold on. This shouldn't have ended like this. We were blessed. We were good. I shouldn't overreact. I know what to do now. And so I devised a plan.
Bro, that's how it.
That's how I probably.
The downfall. That's how the downfall start.
Luckily,
devising a plan.
Luckily, the plan,
hip, bro.
Luckily, the plan didn't fall through. But it was for a certain bit. It did actually kind of fall through. So my plan was this. Here it is. Are you ready? This is the ultimate Alec getting girls heist. Yes, I called it a heist.
It's like the most loser thing
yeah, it was.
to ever do.
It was, but it was super damn long. So I was
okay. Go say it.
So it had 3 phases.
Okay.
3 phases. First phase, do absolutely nothing. Let the friendship kind of build. Let it build. Let it build. Let it build. Learn if she still likes her or anything. Which for a while it worked. And then do that until phase 2, which you know when that was?
What?
Her birthday. Why? Because that's when I buy her a gift.
Okay.
I buy her a gift. You know what I was gonna get? I was gonna get a plushie because she liked the thing. I won't say what because obviously I'm not gonna see what it is. I get her a plushie, see what her reaction was to that. If it's a great, oh, thanks, Alec. Oh, this is so cute, like something like that. No, see if that was successful or not. And then also maybe a letter. That's when I was gonna do the letter, but obviously I was gonna send more like a small birthday letter. And then from there to Valentine's Day, same thing as phase 1. Do absolutely nothing. See what her vibe is. How's the vibe going after I sent the letter? Until Valentine's Day, it was gonna be like a week before Valentine's Day. That's when I was gonna shoot my shot, because it's been a while. We seen kind of our friendships kind of brewing, so that's when I was gonna shoot my shot. I was gonna be like, okay, What do you think? Next week, Valentine's Day, we try this up again. Now, it was gonna take too long, and that was gonna basically be me building all of these feelings up for way too long, because that's basically me. I'm not gonna expose anything. So, at that point, when I sent the letter, I'm like, screw all that plan. This is taking way too long. This is not normal. I should just shoot it out right now. Okay, well, that was the plan. But then, yeah, I kind of was like, no, this was taking too long. I don't want to do this. This is taking too long. So I'm like, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to scrump it all into one
letter.
Scrump it all into one letter. It was like probably like 10 paragraphs long of a letter, double-sided page with my plushie with that letter, which I got from Toys R Us, because that's obviously the place you go to buy plushies. Yeah. The plushie's probably in the bin now. But yeah. But like, nah, well, here's the thing. When we broke up officially officially broke up, she kind of kept me on the back burner.
What do you mean?
Because here's the thing. When we started, who do you think slipped in the DMs? Not me. It was her. And she's the one that proposed the thing. But at the end, she's the one that started it, and she's the one that kind of broke it off.
Why did she end it?
She didn't exactly tell me why, because on the day, I knew it was kind of BS. It was a BS answer, so that's why I didn't really know, and I never really looked into it.
What was the answer? What did she say?
She was like telling me, look, Alec.
I gotta focus on school?
Yes, actually. She's like, I gotta focus on school. I'm an A-lister student. This is kind of distracting me.
Did she date anyone after you? Or
Not
was
that
she
I know
focusing on school?
Not that I know
So
of.
then how's that bullshit? That's true.
Because she's also like saying...
It's kind of distracting right now, so I feel like we should try this again in semester 3.
Oh.
Now you see where I'm going with that? Maybe we should hold out till semester 3, and maybe if I'm comfortable...
Then we can try again. That's maybe.
She said...
She specifically, looked like she bolded, maybe if I'm comfortable in semester 2, we can try again. Now you see what I mean? So it's kind of like she kept me on the back burner. That's also why when I spoke to other people, like, maybe
she gets off on the power.
Yeah. So it looks like she kind of split up on me. When essentially, when I came to her at that moment, I was initially going to say, okay, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe we should just take a short break. Because there was a lot of school and stuff, and for that same reason. But obviously, I wasn't like, let's pick this up then, maybe. I was for sure maybe going to take a break. But, obviously, she pulled a Red Dead Redemption on me and hit Deadeye. And boom! Boom! And like, oh! Oh!
Shot to the heart.
Shot to the heart. I'm like, oh, god
That's
damn.
the worst type of pain, I think.
Yeah,
Heartbreak?
yeah. Luckily, this isn't my first heartbreak, so...
Hey, you learn, you live and you learn.
I learn, and thankfully, that's the second time.
In hindsight, what would you say?
Hindsight, when, where?
Like the whole thing.
The whole thing?
If you were to do anything differently? If I were to give you a piece of advice, don't have a plan. Just
that plan I scrapped.
Ask her out. If she says yes, then yes. If she says no, then no. Yeah. One principle I live by is yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
You want a woman who's yes about you.
Yeah.
If she's a meh, it's the same thing as a no.
Yeah.
Just say no.
It's
fine, which is fine.
Yeah.
Just but be real. Like I used to do all the shit that you're talking about. Like, you know, when I was your age, I would get the flowers and like try to like friendship my way and friendship your way into into a relationship. It fucking never works. They say friendship is the foundation of relationships. I disagree. I think attraction is the foundation, and then it's friendship, and then it's the relationship.
What
Yeah, you want to run the podcast with us?
Yeah, I'm doing a horrible job.
Oh yeah. When do you finish?
Okay, we had one of Joe's very flirty fans walk through the door. Excuse us about that. See, what did the fan tell you?
He's just trying to hit on me, and I was like,
why?
I'm not into that type of stuff.
Why you?
I'm not
Why you?
I'm not trying to be homophobic, but I just don't want to be hit on.
I thought you liked sausages, Joe.
I'm not a fan, actually.
You don't like
fan
eating
of
sausages?
tacos.
You're a fan of tacos? Okay, anyway.
Okay, what's the next question?
Okay,
'Cause we only
next
got 10 minutes left,
Okay,
right?
I only have two. I have like a bazillion things on my notes, which we definitely do not have time for. But I'll just say like 2 of them. I have another story for you.
Let's hear it.
This one I actually did go straight up for it, so you'd be proud of me.
That's good. See?
But
He's learning.
But I still did a stupid thing.
That's
But
life.
that's just me, isn't
That's
it?
just life.
But that's just me, isn't it?
It's Alex's life.
It's just me
That's
being stupid.
Remember how I'm like praying to Satan that you have the worst day of your life?
Yep.
That's why.
That's just what it was.
Yeah.
This is exactly what it was. And here's another coincidence. Technically, she also slipped into my DM. I think you've okay, fine. So, and let's just say one of them texted me and like was sharing notes with me. The only thing is they texted me through IG. They had no, their profile was just art and they didn't have any posts on their thing. But I know it was them because they shared notes, and so who else would have notes in the class that I was with exactly? So I knew I kind of knew what it was, but. Let's just say for the next 3 days, she flirted the out of me, and I also flirted the out of her. It's just got more and more like that.
Yeah.
And but the thing was, I thought she was her friend.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, go on. You thought she was your friend.
I thought she was my
friend.
friend, but like, because in person, her friend would have much more dynamic with me in person, and she was more like the person I was actually talking to was less conversative with me. That's why I thought it was her. But then a few days later, when I realized that it was not her, I broke the news to her that I thought it was her. And let's just say, I want to see your reaction. I want this reaction on here.
Okay.
She fumed the out of me. She ripped me a
What
new...
the
I know. I know.
Have you seen this? Have you seen this?
She ripped me a new... Don't read it out loud. But I just want to see your reaction to it.
Can you quickly describe the context again?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so me and her flirting for 3 days.
Over text.
Over text.
But you think it's someone else.
I thought it was someone else because in person, because she's in my program. Because in person, her friend would have more like more dynamic with me when we're hanging out, friendship wise, than her. She was like more, I guess, nervous or something. That's why I thought it was her.
This is the nervous girl.
I believe it was a nervous girl.
This is the nervous girl.
This is the nervous girl.
But you were flirting with her over
nervous.
text.
Yes.
Okay.
And so was she, heavily. And then when I broke the news to her that I thought it was her, when I realized, that's what she said. Jesus Christ, did she rip me? There it is. There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Hold on. You could blur this name out. Was that the girl flirting with you?
No, the one I thought she was.
Quiet girl.
The was the one that had dynamic with me in person. I think we had a good
The
friendship.
flirty girl in person.
No,
Okay,
no.
listen, flirty girl
Well,
in person,
when I
flirty
say-
girl over text.
Sorry, the person with the dynamic was more of a good friendship thing. Like we had good dynamic. We talk a lot, and we were friendship.
That
was.
Thought you were flirting with her.
I thought I was flirting with her because
Okay.
she was the
But
one
you were
talking
flirting
with
with
me
her
most.
friend, the shy friend.
Yes, that didn't talk to me much. Well, we talked, but like, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, did you ask her out?
Who?
Like, what was the text before this?
Before this was basically me breaking the news and like.
Like, oh, this is. I
That's
thought
when-
this was you.
Yeah, and when the second I realized, I told her, and then she ripped me a new asshole of this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she really fucking arm deep into my ass and ripped it out. You could see that reaction on his face, eh? Look at that. Let's
Can I just
zoom in.
read it out loud? That's kind of funny.
No,
though.
no. Because I still see her in my program. She might actually kill me. Yeah, I like to see that. You see that? Now that one's fake.
That's crazy. Yeah. But so this is all because she got pissed because you thought it was someone else.
I thought it was someone else, yeah. Cause she was really into it. Like she was really deep into it.
What was the flirting? What were you saying?
Like,
Let me fucking sniff.
no. I mean, some of them might have been dirty like that, but some of them was also like passionate like that. And I guess she's just a person that doesn't like to wait, like doesn't like her time being wasted. I guess that was her words later on. But after that moment, we didn't speak for a moment, not days, but for a moment. And she kind of asked me.
For the last few days, did we have anything special?
She asked you that?
She asked me that a few moments later. And I was like, well, what's the point of answering? I mean, you kind of ripped in me a new asshole, so I don't know what the point of even saying yes or no was about.
Okay.
And she was kind of insisting on me giving an answer, so she kind of told me this.
Is she just like, why don't you just go with this girl? Is she just not attractive?
She wasn't my type, man.
Okay.
She just was attractively, wasn't my type. Her friend kind of was much more. But like, yeah, it was kind of the plot twist. Clearly, I kind of broke her heart a little bit. Yeah, me. This face. This face.
Because of heartbreaker,
This face
bruh.
broke hearts. This ugly face, right? Broke
That's the
hearts.
one.
Okay,
I
well
think
then.
this guy wants to go home.
I think Jordan does want to go home.
You made
doesn't
him
he,
fucking
sir?
do every single thing, and then you plugged in your computer, and you claim you did all the work.
Well, look at what we did. We did blessed, didn't we? We made blessed content.
What's the final things? Is there any final things?
Fine, I'll say the final thing. The final
on the
thing,
thing
is
on your fucking list.
on my list. The final thing is it's a two-parter. I'll say them both in one. 2024 is almost done.
Yeah.
What did you learn most important in 2022? Also, what are you most excited about in
2022?
2020? Sorry,
Yeah,
not
what did I
2024.
learn most important in 2022?
What are you?
COVID was just ending at the time.
What did you most like learn from 2024? And what are you most excited about in 2025?
2025.
What are you most excited for?
I wanna pitch my sitcom to a network, and hopefully get picked up. I think that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I know a guy who's on Amazon Prime who I've been working with. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Have my own TV show. What have I learned
From 2024, yeah, not
from
2022,
2024,
not 2022.
The closer you are to truth, the more silent you become inside. Tell the truth, no matter what. Despite
like that.
despite anger, despite anxiety, despite anything, you tell the truth, no matter what. Like your whole thing with that girl, it would have been solved with you just telling the truth. And that's the thing with me too. Like
Which girl? The girl with the letter?
I don't f***ing both of them, bro. I don't know.
All three of them?
Like f***ing all of them. Every single problem would be solved
I'm a playboy,
with
guys.
just telling the truth. Like,
Yeah.
well, maybe it's Canadians, but like people in general, they just don't want to say shit to keep the peace. Tell the f***ing truth. Speak your mind. And if you get angry, you f***ing get angry. Just as long as you f***ing get the truth out. That's all that matters.
That's what you learned from 2024.
That's what I learned.
Okay.
2025 is just fucking truth telling.
Are you gonna get a girl in 2025?
I mean, I'm gonna try to work on my show, which is basically just trying to get girls. So my goal is, I don't know, not a relationship.
Not a relationship.
No.
Oh, you're just looking for side chicks, eh?
Okay, let's end the podcast here, folks.
Okay, fine. Well, that was the first episode of YEET Talks. Yeah, see, we have all this applause. Oh, they're gone. Okay. Well, that was the first episode of YEET Talks. Hope you guys enjoyed that. This was my guest. I hope you enjoyed JoJo Mama.
What's my last name?
Pedrosa. Anyway.
It's fucking Pedrosa.
Joe Patricia. Okay.
Pedrosa. You're saying Patricia, bro.
Joe Pedrosa. Joe Patricia. Okay, it's Joe Patricia.
Yeah.
I'll probably put his name right there. This is his actual name.
That's my name.
His name right there. See, is this correct? This word right, these two
Yeah.
words right here?
You're putting Patricia again here.
Yeah.
How is that even possible? You're fucking editing this. You're fucking putting the wrong name.
Okay, then let me switch it up. Done. I fixed it. It's right now. Anyway, okay, hope you guys enjoyed YEET Talks. We had a great first guest. Hopefully, if this hits off the ground and this takes off, I will have
then
more
Alice
co-hosts.
some more liquid will come out of
More
Alice.
liquid will come out of me because I'll be sharing the liquid with two other co-hosts.
That's gross. I would never.
It'll have a threesome of 3 liquids.
That sounds disgusting. Alec. That does not sound appealing.
Hey,
at
you
all.
gave your good share of liquids for this podcast episode.
Yeah, Alec required my liquids before we started the podcast.
Of course, consensually.
All right, can we end this?
Yeah.
I'm fucking sweating in this room.
Yes,
like
it's very
3
hot in here.
hours.
Okay, guys, catch you on the next one. And yeet at the same time. 3, 2, 1.
Yeet.
Yeets.
All right.
How was that?
The fucking longest thing I've ever experienced.